everybody. So I was gonna come down here to Barkley today and show y'all another drift fishing technique I like to do. I like to pull planer boards. But as luck would have it, it come 16 inches of rain down here, and it's got so much debris floating in this lake, and the current's so bad that you can't do anything with planer boards. I could probably, if the wind wasn't blowing so hard, I could probably pull them up in the creeks, but it's just a mess down here right now. So what I'm gonna do today is, you've got these big flats out across this lake. Well, they got channels in them. When the current's going, it cuts out a channel out across that flat. I'm gonna concentrate on them channels across the flats. You know, you'll be going out across the flat and it'll be 6-7 foot deep, and it'll drop down to 14, 15 and then drop back up. That's where the current, the main current, goes through to go through the dam. It don't necessarily follow the river channel. It follows, you know, the straightest way it can get to that dam. So I'm gonna concentrate on that. If you see me drop down or anything like that, you know, there's a big log or something coming down through there, I'm gonna get the boat out of the way. I don't know. We'll just have to try it and see. You just don't never know. There's a lot of fish on these areas right now that I've seen. We'll just have to throw some baits out there and see. I don't have no fresh shad. I've got some shad that I froze as soon as it come out of the water. We'll see. I'm gonna have to use 8 ounces of weight out here. We're probably running a 2.5 mile an hour current out here. My trolling motor won't hold. I had to use an anchor. And it's just my typical setup I use in the rivers. 10-aught hook, float, and a sinker sliding 8-ounce coin sinker. I got a bank sinker on that far pole over there because the current's harder out to my left. You just never know. We could catch the fire out of fish today, or we could not catch jack crap. I've seen it go both directions in a situation like this. If I didn't think that we could catch them, I wouldn't have ever tried it. I'd have just drove back home and done something different. So, we will see. We'll jack with them quite a little while today. The wind is a blowing 25 mile an hour, but it's supposed to die down as the day progresses. It's supposed to turn into a pretty nice day. But as it stands right now, it's colder and the blue blazes and nasty, and typical day I like to fish. So this is a narrower place in that channel that goes out across that flat. So I'm hoping that narrow place will pull them fish up through here closer to where I'm fishing, you know, like a funnel. You just never know. I fished Barkley in it like this before and caught some good fish that day, but it was I don't remember when it was. It was a couple, 3 years ago, and that's what I done. I fished these on these flats out across here where the water's got a channel cut out across there. Like I said, I gotta watch upstream and do all the great stuff that involves fishing rising water, especially in the rivers. But this lake's just like a river now. They're dumping, by the looks of things down there, I'd say they's dumping 200,000 cubic foot. I didn't look. It's kind of bad down here in Kentucky. flooded around the house, but I don't think we got the rain they got down here. I think we got about 10, 12 inches, and down here they got 15, 16. I just wish that wind wasn't blowing 110. It was not supposed to blow today. It said light and variable. Well, it's variable, but it ain't light. My beloved rivers are coming uncorked right now. So it's very strange right now because the air temperature is so much cooler than the water temperature. You stick your hands in the water and it's plumb warm. And fish like to move when water's doing this too. When it's doing stuff that it normally don't do. There was a pretty good bite on that left-hand pole. He didn't get it. Ain't a lot of people out here fishing. I seen one commercial guy go through. Center pole's trying to go down. And like I said, we might sit here and have some fun. Left-hand pole's got a fish on it. No. Ain't a bad fish. That's a channel cat. Nice 3-pound channel cat. Pretty yaller one. And I never caught too many channel cat out here in this lake. Of course, I'm always fishing for blue cat. Never fish shallow water much, but it's 20 foot deep here and a heck of a current. There shouldn't be too many channel cat here. But I think that we better be happy we caught fish. That's a pretty good takedown right there. Well, he dropped it. I don't think that was no channel cat. I could be wrong. Could have been a bigger one. I see if this wind keeps dying down, we might go somewhere and have some fun today. Well, he's back after it. It don't act like a blue cat. I feel like that if we get to where we can get where this dumps off into the river channel, we might have some fun. Because them fish are coming up through here, or else we wouldn't be getting this many bites. but we might be at the beginning of the school and getting in them channel cat. There's a lot of bait flipping around. I'm gonna cut some bait real quick and get that ready. I'm baitless, just as I suspected. So I was baitless on everything, just as I suspected. I do declare that I think we're in a batch channel cat. If this wind keeps dying down like it's supposed to, you know, because it's supposed to be light and variable. But it did say 5 miles an hour, and then it goes down to 2. So it's blowing about 15 right now. If it goes down to 10, we'll find where this particular ditch or whatever you want to call it out here across this flat runs into the river channel. Here comes the wind again. Just about time I thought it was going to die down. Right hand pole. That's a good takedown, guys. That's a good fish. That's a real good fish for a lake. He stripped drag for a couple, 3 seconds there whenever I first turned this other camera on. He's stripping drag now. It's hard to say whenever this current's like this, but it's a good lake fish for sure. Not no monster, but like I said, it's a good lake fish. Beat the fire. Dog, these things are aggravating when the water goes to warming up. Good 7, 8 pound, maybe 10. Good lake fish, like I said. He ain't as big as I thought he was when I first got him hooked, but he's bigger than I thought I'd catch here. Get all this stuff out of my poles because he's apt to come uncorked whenever. I go to jacking with him. Good Barkley Lake flood fish. And I tell y'all something else. That actual creek channels to my right a little bit. Whereas that's over to the left is the actual flat. I was fishing the drop off. Back to fishing. It ain't took us very long pickup too. 40 minutes. Like I said, that's a little bit better than I thought. I hadn't been watching them other poles. I don't know if they got any bites on them or not yet. Like I said, if a fella could pull boards, he'd probably do some pretty good. But there's just too much debris and too much current. I mean, that's just constant debris out across there. I set up on the edge of it so I wouldn't have to deal with it in the anchor. Left-hand pole is going down. He dropped it. Probably got my bait. I'm gonna give that left-hand pole another 2 or 3 minutes. It don't come back after it, I'm gonna rebait it. I think the center pole's out of bait too. This is what you run in. No, the center pole just got a bite. This is what you run into when you're messing with channel cat, is you're constantly rebaiting your poles. If I'd have brought my channel cat poles, I'd have hooked a 50-pound blue on them and been mad about that. Them big blues really should be turning on. They should be moving. They should be in them random places. They get shallower. That was a classic channel cat bite there. I keep thinking that well, I don't know what I'm thinking. But I think that if we get closer down there to the river channel and a hair deeper water, we might have better luck with blue cat. We're gonna give it a whirl here in a little bit. I'm gonna give it another 10, 15 minutes here, just due to the fact that we caught that one blue cat. I'll be honest with you guys, for the next week down here, just according when I post this video, as long as this lake's raising, anywhere you find current in these lakes, you can catch fish. Now there'll be places where you won't, you'll catch blue cat and channel cat versus one another, but because I kind of feel like we're in an area where there's more channel cat than there are blue cat. Like I said, we're gonna move here directly. We could probably sit here and catch a mess of fish if I was wanting a mess of fish. But I don't think it's real heavy on blue cat here. And I could be wrong, them could be all blue cat. But I just feel like they're channel cat. For one thing, if there's blue cat, there'd be more of them getting hooked. See that left-hand pole has gotten hooked. And if it's a blue cat, we'll hang out here a little bit longer. Just don't know. Can't tell yet. He ain't big. Now that center pole's going down. Tis a channel cat. Pretty fish for a channel cat. Feisty booger. Boy, you talking about good eating. If I had room in my cooler, I'd throw my cooler full of them. Nice 3.5, 4 pound channel cat. I'm gonna give these other poles about 10 more minutes and then we're gonna go on the search for blue cat. Like I said, they're biting pretty good today, so we ain't gonna have too many issues finding fish. See, I breathe the word move and the wind goes to blowing. Sure is blowing awful hard to be 5 mile an hour. I'll show y'all guys what I'm talking about. These flats with these ditches running across on the depth finder while I'm thinking about it. So you got the main river channel over here. Well, you got this flat here. Well, right here it cuts out a deep hole. Well, it's deeper than across this flat. Like we're sitting in 17 foot of water and it's 11 foot over here. So anywhere in between that will be real good now, all the way down through there. And I'm thinking about when I leave here, going right there where that dumps off into this lake channel, river channel, right in here somewhere. Because them fish will be pulling up, going up that swift of water right there. So I'm gonna go down there and check it out here directly. I wonder how many bites I've gotten since I was sitting there talking about that. And that is back that away around the bend of that hill. So dog, whatever that is running. It's a head shaking like a blue cat. And guys, if you come out here this weekend, remember that, or if you're making a trip to Barkley in the next week, that'll be All this lake will, anywhere you go in this lake will be like that. Them places where this lake has cut that channel out like that. Nope, channel cat. And we could sit here all day long and catch these channel cat like this. And probably catch a blue every once in a while. God, dog, you come flop around there some more. That's a pretty good sized little channel cat. Another 3.5, 4 pound channel cat. We're fixing to vacate this premises. Well, I'm back up here above where I was at. The only difference I can see is that there's a hair more bait fish here. So the fish that are here is probably feeding. And it's windier here. I cannot believe this wind's a booking like this today. You know, when they say light to variable or light and variable, that means that it ain't supposed to blow. And it was supposed to die down. It's supposed to go from 5 miles an hour to 0. And so far it's went from 10 to about 15, 16. Right hand pole, got a niblet. God dog, he's taking off. Look at that thing strip and drag. That's a heavy fish. That's another good lake fish. Hard to say in this current. The initial run, I mean, he left out, but he's kind of slowed down. He's a digging. Probably just a hair bigger than that other blue cat I caught. But then again, he feels pretty heavy right there. Like I said, this current's pretty doggone swift here. But that's the deal. They're up here in these bait fish, and the fish you always find around bait fish is usually active. So there wasn't no bait fish down through there where I just come from. There was fish there, but they probably wasn't active. Usually if you find fish in current too, they're active. That's what I was thinking. He's just a hair bigger than that other one I caught. Still a good lake fish. He might be about the same size. Probably go 15. Another good flooded lake Barkley fish. I'm probably gonna finish out the day here, guys, because I want to go down there and see if I can catch some skipjack. And if I go to catching skipjack, I'll show y'all how I'm doing it. I'll bring a camera with me, because I'm going to Wilson Lake this weekend. I don't think that there's any skipjack astern, but never hurts to try while you're down here. And when I'm in Wilson Lake, if I don't get no skipjack, I got a farm pond. I'm gonna go up there and catch some perch. Because I for sure want to run boards in Wilson Lake. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it. That sound means I've been here 30 minutes without catching a fish. So whenever I go over the bridges, I'll show y'all the Ohio-Mississippi River. And this today just goes to show you can still find fish when everything's going crazy if you just kind of stay with the right kind of places. I'm sure that if the wind wouldn't been blowing so hard, we'd have hunted down some big ones. But I'll see y'all here directly. Well, guys, I'm going over the, I'm coming out of Wycliffe, riding along the Mississippi River right now. It's kind of, well, it's high. And I'm fixing to go over the Ohio Bridge. I'll show you all that too. But it's, I mean, everywhere you look, there's water. So the last time I checked this morning, the Ohio River was at 46 foot at the Paducah gauge. That's pretty doggone high for it. And as soon as I get up here, I'll show you what it looks like at the Wycliffe Bridge. So I just come on the bridge. That's Fort Defiance. That's the point of Illinois right there. Normally this is out of the water quite a bit right here. I got a truck coming. You don't need to see the side of it. That's the upriver side right there. I mean, she's got some water. Like I said, that's probably, it's up 30 foot. I'll show you the Mississippi here as soon as we get there. See, that woods is just completely underwater over there. There ain't as much brush floating down it as I thought they'd be. I could get on it if I could figure out a boat ramp to get on it on. But see, it's flooded all the way. It's flooded from levee to levee. So that, you know, you'd have to put in off a levee somewhere. If it stays up very long, I'll figure it out. You got people fishing there. Wonder if they're catching any blue cat. Of course, I caught traffic bad. I gotta sit here for a little bit. See, that's all normally out of the water. See, it's just a solid lake all around me. And I'm not in it. I'm going up on the river bridge right now. Now the Mississippi's got some big brush going down it. Or it did have this morning. It's still going. It's a narrow bridge and I'm meeting traffic. But you can take a gander at it. See all that brush going down it? It would be very hard to fish it. Dog, it's getting bouncy. But see, I mean, it's just solid brush down through there. And then you got solid water plumb to the levee. Well, guys, I'm gonna skin on home. I'll see y'all the next time I see y'all. It'll be on Wilson Lake, hopefully. I'm gonna try to get down there this weekend and fish both Saturday and Sunday. I should locate some fish pretty good down there. I didn't have no luck at skipjack, but I'll find bait somehow. I will see y'all next time.